Hey guys, it's Otti again. I'm here at the Cast Rock Festival. Besides me are two members of the band VANAHEIM. Hi, first of all.
Hi. Hi, Otti.
Hi.
Hello, everyone watching.
Hey. VANAHEIM, you have played here, I think an hour ago or something like this. But first of all, can you tell your names and your part in the band for people outside who don't know you yet?
My name is Michael van Eck and I try to play guitar in the band. Today it was sometimes a bit difficult, but I try to play the guitar.
My name is Mike, I'm the bass player in VANAHEIM and I also do some backing vocals.
Yeah. And I can say I didn't see anything you did wrong, but I'm not a professional musician, so this is fine. And it was a great show.
Thank you very much.
It was really. And how would you describe VANAHEIM to someone who never heard of you, you meet, for example, at a bar or something?
VANAHEIM is basically, in genre-wise, it is epic folk metal with a lot of storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So and you can say Pagan Metal as well, for example.
Yes. Yeah.
For people who love this genre,
indeed,
like me. Okay. And playing here today, so how was it? How did it feel to be at this audience and at this festival? Did you know it before?
No, we didn't know Castle Rock before. Maybe we heard the name once or twice, but we've never been here before. And I mean, now it's already the 25th anniversary of the festival, so it's already ongoing for quite some time. Yeah. And it was actually super awesome to play here because the location is beautiful. I mean, playing in a castle, you don't do that every day. And yeah, the crowd reaction was very, very positive. Sometimes you don't know, when the genre is a little bit mixed, like genre mix festivals, you don't know what kind of audience you have. Mm-hmm. But after one or two songs, you get the feeling like, yeah, we got them, or we didn't get them at all.
Yeah, but I can say you got them. You did circle pit stuff, and this,
yes,
and people have been active, and it's not always like this at this festival when it's warm, and they are not warm at all.
Yeah.
Second band. You've been second band. Okay.
Second, yeah. Second band, yeah.
I didn't count, so
yeah.
But I think yes. So, and it was really great show. And maybe can you tell me a little bit of your story? I think you are not around so long as VANAHEIM. So when did it start, and what have been the highlights since then?
Well, the band started in 2015 already, so actually this year it's our 10th anniversary. Then we did our first EP, we released it in 2017. It was a little bit more black metal inspired, more the old school pagan metal. And then right before COVID, we started writing a new album, and we set our goals pretty high for the next one, because we said, hey, we're making a full album now, it has to be basically the market standard, or we want to be on the same level as all the bands that we love to listen to, like Enziferum, Heidefolk, Moon Sorrow, all these bands. So we set our goals pretty high, and then during COVID, when there were no live shows at all, we actually had the time to work everything out, and that was very good for us because we could release like a very satisfying album for us. Mm-hmm. Like it really includes almost everything that we wanted to do, and I think that also reflected in the reaction that we got on the album.
Yeah, I think it's Generation Loss is the title of the album.
Yeah.
And if you mention reactions, so what have been the coolest reactions you got on it?
We had quite some nice reactions. I think one of the reactions that we were shared around in the band, which we were very proud of, is that that our album garnered back to the golden age of folk metal, the times of sagas of Equilibrium.
Yeah.
That was a huge compliment, because those are the albums that also very much inspired us, and that's a level that we set for ourselves. These albums from ihrem, from Enziferum, sagas from Equilibrium, they are legendary, right? They are masterpieces, and to hear that for a small band like us, just releasing their first album, that we were compared to those albums was, it's unbelievable message. It's super nice. We never expected it.
Yeah, but somehow difficult. So your first album is so great, so you have to deliver even better afterwards, or it will be not.
That's very difficult.
Yeah. In German you say the Blatt ist hochgelegt.
Yeah, but that's something very difficult, because when you release your album, that is quite well received, if I may say so. Of course, you have some internal conversations and dialogue, like, oh guys, hey, do we want to make an album that we try to maintain the same level, that we go above it, or do we want to do something that's maybe a bit different but still good?
Yeah.
And we actually chose, little spoiler, we actually chose for the last one. So we are working on a new album, surprise, actually for some time already. No details yet, but it will be released next year, that we can say.
Yes.
And what you will notice is that it's VANAHEIM, but it's within a new package, I would say.
Yeah,
but it's still VANAHEIM, so don't worry.
Indeed. The core is still VANAHEIM, but I also mentioned that we do a lot of storytelling, and the storytelling that we do on the album is made by ourselves. So we don't take pre-written stories. Maybe we take some inspiration, but the whole story for the album we write it ourselves. So this is definitely something new, and then we also have to go with the mood of the story that transports into our music, and that's why it will be a little bit different, but the core will still be VANAHEIM.
I'm curious, and we can talk about this when it's ready, and we will do this. But let's say at Generation Not. So, what's the story of this one? When you tell the storytelling, is there a core story behind this, and how did you develop it?
Maybe you start.
Oh man, that's so difficult. I always get this wrong. Well, basically, if you listen to the messages of the album, it's like it's about like a tribe that is basically like exploiting nature. For example, there's a local fairy tale within the village that is being told to one of the characters in the story, which is the little girl with the book. So we show the book on stage, about a legend of giants that roamed the earth, that roamed their island, so to say. And that if you, as humans, take nature too much for granted, or you get too exploitative, something might happen, you know, nature reclaims itself. And that's basically what happens in the story. So first you have the introduction, where we tell a bit, it's called Uitsteengeslagen, it's the first song, where we tell a bit about the legend of these giants. And then the further you go in the album, like on the last song, like the village gets destroyed by the giants and the girl is taken, and she basically becomes like the new mother nature, so to say. Might be that I get some things wrong. There's also more philosophical stuff behind it. For that you need to know. But that's basically, I think, the gist of the story, so to say.
It is, and it is written pretty open for own interpretation. But indeed, you summarized it pretty well. That's the core of the story of the album that is still current now, and the name is in Dutch and it's called Een verloren verhaal. It's basically the lost story.
Yeah. Maybe we should tell the people. So you're a Dutch band, you can say a Netherlands band, but you're from Germany.
Yes.
So it's a mixed band, but most band members are from Netherlands. So you can say it has a Dutch origin. And
it has indeed a Dutch origin. The origin of the band is in Tilburg, in the Netherlands. It was like that for quite the first years, but then, well, I am basically a founding member. The band had a bassist in the beginning, but it didn't work out quite well, and then they contacted me. So I have basically all been there all the time from Germany. And then at some point, Michael here moved to Belgium, so we're now a band separated through 3 countries.
European band, so
yes,
so,
kind of.
So someone has to move to, for example, Czech Republic or Poland or stuff. But it's difficult to do rehearsals then.
Oh, rehearsals? What are those? We don't. No, jokes aside, we actually don't often rehearse because of the logistical implications. But for example, when the new album becomes available and we start to do shows again with new songs, we will do production rehearsals. So that's with our sound guy who was here today. It's to basically test everything, and then we do one super huge rehearsal, and then we hopefully play the new songs on the stage. And a fun fact, actually, yes, he's German, but basically they got to know him from YouTube.
That's true.
So how did this start?
Well,
You know?
yes. Back in the day, I started doing YouTube covers of my favorite bands. That's what our drummer Ram also did. And at some point, we did a cover together. We covered Waldschrein from Equilibrium. So shortly after that, the band was founded, and then with the first bass player it didn't work out, and actually our singer, he suggested to our drummer, hey, this guy looks quite capable, and I don't know, I have the feeling that maybe he would fit. Shall we ask him? And our drummer said, well, Zino, are you stupid? He's from Germany, how should that work? And he said, well, let's just ask him and see. And now we're here, 2025, and it worked out.
I think the good things about the new age is we have internet, we have all these things, so you can do the things at home,
Yes.
write your parts and connect to each other and send things. It's not like 30 years ago or something where you really had to rehearse just to be together. And
It's amazing to be a musician or whatever, like a hobby musician or a professional musician. It's amazing with the technology nowadays. We have bi-weekly or weekly band meetings where we go over things. We write together online. We do everything online basically, and it actually works. For some bands it's very difficult. We also have some things that we much rather do with each other in one room. But if you're spread out over the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany, you have to find ways to keep on efficient working, basically.
Yeah, but funny, so normally paganism, and this is all about nature, you mentioned it, but technology is also a good thing for a pagan band, and you can use it, but not in an exploiting way, for example, but in a good way, and get better and get forward.
Indeed, yeah.
Great. And coming to this, so are you fans of, for example, streaming stuff like this, or is it that you say, this maybe it would be better like back then when you all had the CDs and LPs and stuff like this?
So our drummer Bram, he currently, I think it's on pause, but he is like a drummer on Twitch. So he does his 2 weekly or weekly show on Twitch, where he has quite a nice following, and where he plays VANAHEIM songs, but also requests of people. We as a band, we like that there are digital platforms. It also gives people an opportunity who might not have the financial means to buy a CD to still listen to our music. We also put it on YouTube. There's also other ways where you can listen to our music for free. But what we see is like, I still, I don't even have a CD player or a vinyl player anymore, but from the bands that we play with or that I like, or bands that we supported, when they release new material, I always buy a vinyl. I know you still have a big CD and vinyl collection, and you are actively still buying. Yeah. And we see it also with, even just now today, like a lot of people still buy CDs. And that's why we find it very important that like the CD, that it looks beautiful, because what we tend to notice is that people, they buy the CD not necessarily to listen to it, but that it looks nice.
Yeah, have a good artwork and the booklet, for example.
Yes.
So, who did help you with this, or did you do it yourself for the album? Did you the artwork?
We are working with a very, very talented artist. His name is Julian Bauer. He did our album artwork and also all the artwork that is included, like in the booklet. He also did already the artwork for our next album.
Spoiler!
Spoiler!
Hint, hint.
And I would have asked it.
Somehow he has this epic storytelling element in his art, and that really fits to our music, and it really fits to our vision of our music. And it worked out for the first album, and then we said, well, let's go again with Julian on the second one.
We really like to. We really like to get to know the people we work with. We like to make a connection with them, a relation with them, and there are certain people who we always go back to, like Wappenschmied, for example. We always also go back to him. We just have such a nice working relation with him, and you know that they deliver such amazing quality, and they know us, they know what we like. Julian as well. Also for the people who we will work with on the next album. Spoiler, we have worked with them before. It's just we like to make this personal connection, and we see that like it just flows and works better because you share all your ideas. They know what you like, they know your ideas, and we try to really keep, also with the bands that we play with, for example Heidevolk, we really try to keep a personal connection, because that's what makes things special.
Yeah.
In the sense, it's like a build your own team.
Yeah.
So I hope we can do some talks in the future again. So I'm
yes.
part of your team as well.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, great. So, but it's really cool to talk to you, and we could talk for hours now. But I think we all want to do some watching the shows and stuff like this.
Yes.
But can you tell me, besides the new album, what's coming next? Do you have some plans for touring, for example, or videos or stuff like this?
Yes, so as we told, next year releasing a new album. With that obviously comes music videos, multiple ones now. Because for the first album that we did was only one music video and the lyric video. But we're aiming for higher goals, and we also want to include the storytelling into our music videos. That's why we need 2 at least for the next one. Next year we're starting to get booked now for festivals for 2026. And our goal is also to make a big tour in 2026. There are some talks, but nothing specific yet. It looks like it will be like a tour later in 2026, but nothing promised yet. Everything could still change. Nowadays, you really have to look what is the best opportunity for you. So let's see what comes up. And if you have a tour for us,
And I can really recommend, because the show was great. And this is not because the guys are standing beside me.
Thank
it's
you.
because it was like that. It was wow, and people have been partying, and it was really cool.
yes.
And let's come to an end. But as you mentioned, you write your own stories for the albums and stuff. But what are your favorite stories, like fairy tales or sagas or stuff? What do you really like?
Oh, holy moly. Well, I am what some people might call a weeaboo. So I like things like anime and manga, stuff like that. That's where I'm a big fan of. I think you can say like fantasy stories in that aspect. As long as it's anime, I generally like it. But I don't read so many books and stories. I like one story, it's sci-fi, it's called The Expanse. There's a series of it, it's amazing, like it's a sci-fi masterpiece. But stories, Dutch book, it's called Dolfje Weerwolfje. It's about a kid who turns into a blue werewolf. It's awesome. That's it. Maybe Mike has something better to say.
Now for me it's basically everything fantasy related. Also sci-fi, as I'm a big Star Wars fan myself.
Next time we have to talk about Star Wars.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, basically everything fantasy related. So there's a lot of stuff we could talk about.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, that's the same with me. So that's what I like as well. So, and do we have some greetings, some message to the people outside?
Yes, definitely. Greetings first of all to all of you watching, and thanks for watching. Next year we will have a new album. It will be even more epic than the one that we have now, En Verloren Verhaal. And we hope to see you all next year in 2026 on our upcoming shows, festivals and tours.
Great. And I just can say, VANAHEIM, great band, great show, and I will meet them again, I'm sure. And I say bye bye, cheers.